Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for tuning in on King Said So. I am your host, Kagiso Hlongwane, King 053, Mr. Easy, Imali, Ening. And we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we go back to that story of Phala Phala and the stupidity of our law enforcement, our selective law enforcement, when it comes to really if these people are really testing our intelligence, we are luckily we have Vuyo Zungula, who is fighting this thing tooth and nail. He's not letting these people go out free. He is challenging the outcomes. He's challenging the court, the court rulings. He's challenging everything. He's challenging the public protector's report. He's challenging Sars. He's challenging the Reserve Bank. To such an extent, I'm thinking, oh, this man doesn't know who he's dealing with. Does Vuyo understand who he's dealing with in terms of this Cyril Ramaphosa guy? Does he know what is he doing there? He's dealing with the white monopoly capitalist in terms of the Reserve Bank, in terms of the SARS. Why does he know what is he doing? Vuyo might look like a soft person when he speaks, but that man has got a fight in him. Zungula, icon. That man is a man. Is a man. The ATM has got someone special in this guy, Mr. Zungula. Let's just quickly hear his thoughts on the Phala Phala issue, and I'll just come with my closing remarks. I wanted you guys to listen to this and listen to his logic, just him applying logic, and then we come back for final commentary.
Let's talk about this flip-flopping, these allegations that you make against SARS. Where is your source of dissatisfaction?
SARS is supposed to conduct, a 360-degree investigation whereby they leave no stone unturned. I'll make an example that for a person to come from outside of the country, come into our country via SARS or via the customs, go to Phala Phala and leave $580,000 in cash. Where was the SARS customs that was there supposedly to ensure that there is no money that comes in into our country? Secondly, now the receiver of these dollars, now you can't have a case whereby a president of the country, someone who's sworn to uphold the law, does not do any due diligence in terms of ensuring that the person who is bringing this amount of dollars indeed did declare them. Because if a person wants to launder money, they would not want to declare money. So if a person now, such as the president, does not even verify if these dollars are legitimately here in the country, then it raises questions. So therefore, in our view, what SARS should have done is to investigate every player that is involved and not only focus on this billionaire that is coming from another country who would have also difficulties in terms of getting them into South Africa for them to face full accountability, because we know with how when a person commits a crime in our country, sometimes it's very difficult for that person to come into our country and answer for their questions. Therefore, in our view, everyone should have been investigated, not this single individual.
So let's talk about SARS jurisdiction. What jurisdiction do they have over this individual who is not a resident of South Africa? And certainly, is it worth the effort?
Look, what SARS is trying to do, they are trying to make it appear as if they are doing something. Because people are upset when it comes to how all of these institutions, from your SAPS, your Public Protector, Reserve Bank, and SARS, have handled the Phala Phala issue. And precisely because there's been cases whereby there's been people that have been arrested for carrying or being in possession of foreign currency that was not declared. However, in the case of Mr. Ramaphosa, the focus is not on him. The focus is on the person who allegedly brought those dollars into the country. Therefore, in our view, what SARS is trying to do, they want to act as if they are doing something by targeting someone who they know that there are very slim chances to get that person into the country. And they're saying nothing about the employees working in customs. And the question we should be asking ourselves now, how many people are coming in or going out of our country, going past customs and you find that there's huge amounts of money that are going in or outside of the country, because if 580,000 US dollars in cash managed to come in our country, it means there's a loophole or there's corruption that is happening in customs. Therefore, they should be doing investigation in terms of their processes when it comes to customs. And at the same time, they need to send a strong message by targeting a person who receives money that has not been declared, so that you don't have people that are going to willingly accept dollars that or foreign currency that has not been declared. And then those people are going to say, we did not know, please chase the person who brought those dollars. SARS needed to focus on everyone. And the last thing on this issue is that SARS has got an obligation to be truthful to South Africans, because on one side, they were saying that Mr. Ramaphosa's Ndabanyoni close cooperation, their taxes was above board and everything was done according to the book. But the question is, if Mr. Ramaphosa did not declare that 580,000 to the Reserve Bank and the theft was not reported to the SAPS, how can it be that one would assume that the money was reported to SARS, which begs the question of tax evasion, because if money was not reported to SARS, then that is tax evasion. So in our view, SARS needs to act in a way that gives confidence to citizens that there is no politician, no president that is going to be treated as if they are above the law.
I've been personally making the noise about Phala Phala from day one. Since it happened, I did not understand how is it possible that you're going to tell me that in a Phala Phala farm that more than 500 US dollars has been stolen, and that amount must be wrong. That amount that we are getting obviously is a wrong amount. If people come and steal cash from me in dollars, I'm not going to disclose the actual amount, because it's going to get me in more trouble. And for the mere fact that Cyril Ramaphosa and his staff in Phala Phala and his lawyers decided to give us this amount of, decided to give SARS this amount of $500,000. You times that by 18 in South Africa. You times it by 18 in South Africa. How much are you going to, where are you going to land with that amount? So the issue is that Vuyo is speaking about it, that someone came from overseas with apparently carrying this cash. It was not disclosed at the airport by the SARS people. There at the airport, those who know at the airport, you disclose everything that you are carrying, whether it being plants, medicine, cash, and everything. When you have cash, you're gonna walk through the SARS. What do you call them? Let me call them officers that are there to check their money, count the money, and make sure that it is within the legal restrictions of carrying cash. You understand? Okay, so this guy came in. He then for some way bypassed the airport and went to Phala Phala to go and buy a cow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's break this story down and let's try to make sense of it. When he got to Phala Phala, he then purchased a cow. Okay? He then purchased a cow using cash. But listen to this. He did not take the cow. You understand what I'm saying? He did not take the cow. He left Phala Phala. This is the story that Cyril Ramaphosa and his lawyers are saying. He left Phala Phala and went back overseas. Okay? After some time has passed now. Time has passed now. We hear from Jacob Zuma that there was a robbery that happened in the Phala Phala family, Phala Phala farm, where people broke in and apparently this cash was kept in a couch. One of the domestic workers who was working there probably leaked that information as she was cleaning. She met this big amount there and got someone that can come and steal. They took this lady, interrogated her, and abused her to the point of beating her to say the truth. She did say the truth, say, listen, so and so are the ones who stole this money. They hunted those men down. There were other presidents from other countries involved in until these two men were arrested. Now that they are arrested, now we need to know how much is stolen. But before we get to the how much is stolen, why did you not disclose the amount in the couches? And why is this cash in the couches? Number one. Number two, why did you not, President, report the crime that happened in your compounds? President dilly it and made us stupid and said, no, I spoke to my head of security. He was the one who was supposed to, because they have to shift the blame. Remember, the head of security can lose his job because of the president saying that. Can lose his job. Say, Buddha, your president is your boss. He told you to report this crime. You didn't. Why? You understand? Because we wanted to sort it on our level. No. This is laws broken after each other. Now, the people who have stolen the money of Phala Phala are currently in jail, and they are going on a trial for their case. But the problem is the people that had the money at Phala Phala, which is Cyril Ramaphosa and his staff, we don't ask them any questions. We don't ask them where does this money come from. We don't ask them how much this money is. We don't interrogate them because they are not in the wrong. They are in the right because someone stole from them. I don't understand. If someone comes and steal in my house and I beat them up, can I still report them? Once I report them, I'm going to be arrested for assault. They're not going to care about this guy stealing. They're going to care about me breaking the law also, taking the law in my own hand, of which is what the security personnel of Cyril Ramaphosa did. That is what we are dealing with here. Then the public protector was brought in, Ukoleka, because they kicked out Ubusisio Mkhwebane. They bring in Koleka, and Koleka says, no, there's actually no proof of, there's a sale that happened because the car was bought, because that's the story they said in the beginning. So they couldn't run away from that story. They said there's a sale. There was a sale. Because they have to say there's a sale because they have to then explain where does this money come from. So they said, no, the money was in the auction. The guy paid for them. So they said there is a sale. But then Koleka turns around and say, but the sale is not a proof of a transaction. She messed me up. You guys remember that. That's where we lost all respect for Koleka, because we wanted to give her a chance as the next public protector, a young, beautiful African woman in a very important office. She's been quiet ever since. Busisiwe Mkhwebane and advocate Thuli Madonsela, they were not this quiet. She's been quiet ever since she played that role of her being a goalkeeper, protecting Cyril Ramaphosa from that own goal that they were scoring. She's been quiet. We don't hear anything from the public protector. She's scared to speak. She's scared to speak. This thing, the ATM Vuyo, they are taking this thing on review. To say, no, we're taking these reports on review. We have to challenge this thing. It cannot be. So after she protected Cyril Ramaphosa, Sars came in also. All of a sudden, Sars does not care about money that must be disclosed to them. But it is them that has the laws and the rules that this amount of money you are not allowed to carry cash without disclosing it to us. Then the Reserve Bank themselves are also... You guys understand what I'm trying to say to you guys? So all the laws were broken on the side of President Cyril Ramaphosa. But nothing then happens to him. Nothing then happens to him. When we talk about Nkandla and all the money that was spent there, they made President Cyril Ramaphosa pay 4 million back. They made him pay 4 million back. I mean, President Jacob Zuma, excuse me. They made him pay back that money on Earth Nkandla after so many investigations. But here there's no investigations. All the investigations have been closed quickly to say, no, there's no wrongdoing. No, the amount of money, forget about that. There's no wrongdoing. SARS is also coming. Guys, we have to thank Vuyo for pushing for pushing like this for us South Africans, because we deserve to know the truth. We deserve to know the truth. I'm so happy Vuyo is there, really protecting us as South Africans. We have to be grateful to this guy. This is one of the politicians, the ATM. Oh, yeah, the ATM. The ATM just must get someone who can uh, not match the energy of complement the energy is the word I'm looking for of Vuyo, because Vuyo is not too aggressive and not too much making noise. So you need someone who is a loose head kind of a person, if you understand what I'm saying, that is going to make the ATM a bigger party with a strong president. Vuyo is a strong president. Strong president. So you guys tell me what you think on the comment section. What is your views about this Vuyo guy, and how he's truly trying to fight for us South Africans, for the truth to come out at Phala Phala? Leave your thoughts on the comment section. I want to hear everything on the comment section. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. You are in your Pan Africanist channel. You are at home. We are truly focusing on the election campaigning of the South African political parties for the next, I don't know how many months, 5-6 months. That is going to be our main focus. So excuse me if I don't touch on other topics that I would like to, but now and then I'll throw in news about what is happening in Africa and all around that is affecting us as Africans. Thank you so much, guys. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray, and after you pray, stand up and do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan Africanism.